Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here, and today we're going to be looking at Action Comics number 600 by John Byrne, George Pérez, and friends. Alright, so this is John Byrne's last issue of Action Comics, 80-page giant, from 1988, after his epic run on Superman coming to a close. And this is special because even though it has all these backup stories, Action was treated as a team-up book, and this is the ultimate team-up. This should have been the cover right here. Superman and Wonder Woman. Oh, see, I see what they did there. Because they need to just, I mean, come on, it's like 600 issues, so they need to do something special. But this story did deserve its own cover. And really cool on this one is because I'm always talking about the inks and how, you know, the good inkers for Byrne and the bad inkers for Byrne. And this is George Pérez inking John Byrne. And Pérez has been an inker periodically through his career. I guess he got a little burnout on penciling, and that's when he inked Dan Jurgens on the relaunch of Teen Titans, like the weird one with Argent, and I forgot the other characters. But you know what I'm talking about, perhaps. So this is really fun because this, when Byrne inks Pérez, or I mean when Byrne inks someone else or Pérez inks someone else, their style just shines right through, and it's amazing. I just love it. So anyway, this is the final team up of Superman and Wonder Woman. It was building up for a long time. He was having erotic dreams about her and stuff. So then he finally meets her, and what does he do? He plants a big kiss on her. And awkward, right? Throughout John Byrne's career, you can have many instances in comic books where a comic book character is kissing another comic book character against their will. I mean, I'm not saying it's against her will, but she certainly didn't ask for it, and it certainly is inappropriate, but he's like, sorry, I guess that was out of line, which is hysterical. But he just got a little too excited, and she's all somewhat. I love Diana, she's so tactful, and I mean, this is really good because when I think of Superman, John Byrne is it for me, and when I think of Wonder Woman, George Pérez is it for me. So it just underscores how special this book is, and I love it because these two panels have no backgrounds. But then when it does, you got Pérez going in there with his little noodling and just doing all these crazy details that he is so known for and so adept at. And let's face it, that is I don't know how tight the breakdowns were. I feel let's see. Yeah, breakdowns. Okay, so that means they're not complete pencils. But if anyone's ever seen John Byrne's breakdowns, they're closer to finished pencils than a lot of people's finished pencils. But that gave Pérez a lot of room to embellish here. And he just really went for it. I mean, this is an artistic tour de force. They go to, Olympus, and they're looking for Apokolips, and it's just freaking amazing. All this gorgeous Pérez detail. I want to say Pérez inked that X-Men portfolio by Byrne, a version of it perhaps, and it was pretty freaking amazing, so I'll take it. Unfortunately, Pérez is retired from comics now due to failing eyesight. The bitter irony of one of the greatest comic book pencilers of all time, who's known for his crazy detail, losing his eyesight is just one of the sad injustices in the world. And I love the Legend. I love both of them. They're amazing. They've easily my two favorite characters. And Mindy Mayer, I'm sorry, but love Mindy Mayer. What's not to love? Wonder Woman's publicist, who's so shallow and just everything Wonder Woman's not. So that was always fun. And then here we are in Apokolips. Byrne draws an amazing Darkseid. Well, so does Pérez, for that matter. We all remember him in Crisis on Infinite Earths. This is kind of fun here. Feels like a Byrne trope too, the floating head. You would get that a lot on his cover. like there would be an action scene with one of the team members, and then you would see like the floating heads around them like reacting to the situation, which is just like such a great comic book like trope slash device that I think should be used. I mean, it's like comic books have changed so much artistically. I feel like there's so much more boring modern comics. There are a lot of great comic book artists out there. There are. I won't try to say that there aren't, but a lot of them just lack, like they all try to go for like it's all, you know, landscape panels and just like them trying to be cinematic. And I just really think you lose a lot of what the magic is of comic books. You know what I mean? Like sound effects and thought balloons and just crazy stuff like that. It's all part of the experience that makes comic books so great. I mean, I always loved like reading, knowing what they were thinking. I mean, how fun was that? Oh, I guess we ended the Superman story. Sorry. Spoiler, they won. They're friends now. Maybe they'll go on a date. He tells her his name's Clark. She doesn't care. She doesn't read the Daily Planet. This is interesting. This is Linda Medley and Arthur Adams. So I believe that even though it really looks Art Adams heavy, he's just inking, and that's a really fun page right there. So here comes this Lois Lane story with Ordway inking, but then you've got Byrne plot, Kurt Schaffenberger pencils. Oh yeah, because definitely need him as part of this 600. I love Lois's mini skirt and her fishnets. Like, could we be more 80s right now? I love Jerry Ordway. I think he's such a great classic comic book artist, and hopefully I feel like he might be attached to this new JSA coming out, and I really hope that he is, because the world is a better place with Jerry Ordway art in it. Jon Bogdanove is like a fun artist. He did Power Pack for a long time, I think, before Simonson brought him over to DC to do Superman with her. Flash Gordon, sadly, I never read that comic books. Lex Luthor, John Byrne. Oh, pencils by Dick Giordano with inks by John Beatty. That's an interesting combination. Whoa, Maggie's looking super rough there. I think we need to get those eyebrows in shape, girlfriend. Whoa, Joan Crawford. I don't... And I'm sorry, I'm not the biggest fan of Dick Giordano. I'm just not. People get mad at me for that, but I can't help it. We like what we like, right? Covers by Kerry Gammill. He's kind of a little Burnish, right? He did that issue of Fantastic Four, I think, inked by Byrne, and that was like an awesome combination right there. Cool. Kevin Maguire, inked by Dave Gibbons. I love mashups like that. Like, how cool. Like, it must have been so much fun for Kevin Maguire at that point in his career to be inked by Dave Gibbons. I mean, give me a break. Kurt Swan. I do love Kurt Swan's art. I mean, he just draws a very classic Superman for many, many years. A little boring by today's standards, but, you know, he's a great storyteller. I remember that great Alan Moore, Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, inked by Perez. So that was like really cool. I don't even know what issue Action Comics is on by now. Very cool Mike Zeck pinup. I love Mike Zeck's art. You know, he's known for the great Punisher work, Captain America, Kraven's Last Hunt. I think they're adapting that finally in the movie. I mean, what have they been waiting for? I guess they need to exhaust Green Lantern, or not Green Lantern, Green Goblin a few more times. God, who can keep up with this crap? Okay, so this is cool. Mike Mignola. He did a lot of superhero stuff before, you know, branching out to Hellboy and really hitting his stride with all the horror stuff, but it was always kind of there in his work, and I just can't I really love this old Mike Mignola stuff. I just think there's so much raw energy to it, and just, I don't know. He's an artist. Everybody loves him. What's not to love? I mean, I'm sure there are people out there. He's not traditional by any standard. I can't really think of anyone else like him. Maybe, you know, I think someone like Ryan Sook tried to follow in his footsteps and eventually found his own style, which is great unto itself. But I don't think Mike was especially fond of drawing superhero comics, but he did them pretty darn well. So that was the end. Oh, cool. We get a great Walt Simonson pinup of Superman. So who can complain about that? Anyway, the end of an era. The last issue by John Byrne on Action Comics number 600, inked by George Pérez, with Wonder Woman and Superman finally having an adventure together in the post-Crisis on Infinite Earths universe. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, hit like, share my content, and I'll bring you some more later. Alright, thanks guys.